Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for One Piece Manga chapter 827. As we start the chapter off, it is basically Luffy and company. They have stopped off at an island to pick up provisions so they can make their way to Whole Cake Island. And it's during this time we learn a couple of things through Peckhams. Peckhams tells us that there are 34 islands around Whole Cake Island, and I'm assuming that they're all one day away because Peckhams mentions that they're one day away from reaching Whole Cake Island, and each of these islands have their own like leader or king or whatever, basically someone in charge. And these islands are known as Tot Islands. Now that's probably a pun or a reference in Japanese, but from as far as I'm concerned, I'm an English guy. That has no meaning whatsoever. That is just a completely random name. But the island they are on is made completely out of chocolate. There's chocolate buildings, chocolate fountains, chocolate water, and there's all that good stuff. So it's literally the land of chocolate. And obviously, being Luffy, is excited by this, and it's quick to go off on his own. Quick to go off. He doesn't go off on his own this time. This time he has Chopper with him, but he's quick to go off and cause trouble as he always does. Peckham says you lot need to go and get provisions while I stay on the ship, and he wants to stay on the ship so the wrong person doesn't see him, basically. So that's what they do. So the rest of them go off into the onto the country to get Luffy back, who's already caused trouble. Now the trouble he has actually caused within this chapter is he has eaten a cafe. Luckily for him, this cafe owner, who turns out to be Pudding, is okay with it. She comes to their rescue and is like, and she says to the police, "Don't worry about it. I hired Luffy and Chopper because it was Luffy and Chopper who ate down this cafe to eat the cafe. It's fine. Don't worry about it." Blah blah blah. She bails them out basically, but at this time she doesn't know that Luffy is Luffy. He does have a slight disguise, but Luffy's face is on so many wanted posts. It's probably been in so many newspapers. People should be able to recognize Luffy at least just by face alone, even if he's not wearing his straw hat. But she doesn't recognize him, and she wants to thank Luffy and well, basically just Luffy and Chopper because they complimented her chocolate. She made a chocolate cafe, and she complimented, and she was so flattered by the compliment that she just wanted to help them out there and then later give them some coffee. But before we get into Pudding's house or wherever she took them, there was a little bit where we have Pedro, and Pedro runs into a mink that knows him, and he was like, "Yo, Pedro, long time," and he's like, "Shh, shh, can't talk now. I'm not here. Yeah, I'm not here." And then what's the name? Carrot goes on to say, you know people in this," and then he's like, "Yeah, we'll talk about it later." So basically, something is going on with Pedro. There's some secret going on there. Something we need to find out. Has he been here before? What's going on there? And so yeah, back to being in Pudding's place. Pudding is like thanking them all for that, and then she goes into Arcs. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't even ask your names. How rude of me, how I didn't even ask your names. And that's when Luffy again being Luffy's like, "Yeah, I'm Luffy, I'm gonna be," and Nami tries to shut him up, but it's too late by then because Pudding gives them one of them side looks like, "What did you just say?" So and that's where we leave things off with Luffy. So now I don't know if Pudding heard it or like no, she heard it and then she's gonna get food later on, but I don't know. But I'm leaning towards one thing over the other because of what happens. Actually, maybe not. She might have found out by a different means. So, but as the chapter goes on, the rest of the chapter is basically focused on Big Mom. Now she's revealed, but she's not revealed. They don't. Why I say she's not revealed because we don't get a full shot of Big Mom, and when we do get like a front view shot of her, her face is up like this, so we don't really ever get to see like how we would want her to see, like how I am now on the camera. You can see my full upper half. A-okay. So, but we don't get to see a full head to toe of Big Mom in a nice view. So she's revealed and she's not revealed, but she's just there. She's getting excited. She's like, "Yeah, the wedding is in 3 days, I can't wait. How's the cake going? How's this going? She's just having a good time. She's really excited. And what really creeped me out is the fact that who she is partying with at this moment, they all have smiley faces. She's partying with flowers, they got smiley faces. She's partying with trees, they got smiley faces. Rainbows have got smiley faces. Everything seems to be alive, including Pudding's magical carpet, which she flied in on earlier. Everything seems to be alive, really alive, and that was really, really creepy. One thing that I do want to mention is that how when she was mentioning like the ingredients for the cake, we see three guys. Well, no, two. Well, two. Well, one was definitely a guy, one woman, and then the other one might have been an animal. I'm not quite sure, but we see these three people, and now I think that these three people are going to be key players for when things go wrong, because you know things will go wrong eventually. So I think these will be three key players when the fighting starts to happen later on within this arc. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to say. Like that end bit was creepy, but at the very beginning of the chapter, when there's mentioned that how Big Mom is trying to build a utopia where all races can gather together, because this is what there is. Because on these islands that Big Mom has, there's this is said to be like a place where all races can congregate together. That made me think like, yo, Big Mom's a bit of a good person. But at the end of the at the end of the chapter, when I saw all these smiley faces on flowers and trees and whatnot, I just started to get crept out. So I don't know, Big Mom and Big Mom. But the wedding is in 3 days now. I can't wait. The wedding of the year is about to go down. And I forgot to mention the most important thing. How could I forget? Big Mom knows that Straw Hat is here now. That's making me wonder, like, because I think some time did pass from where we skipped from Pudding to all the stuff with Big Mom. So it makes me wonder, did Pudding like call up Big Mom and like, you know, Mom, Straw Hat Leafy's here? And like, if that was the case, what happened with between Pudding and the Straw Hats? Was she able to capture them? There's just so much things going on right now. And it's just hard to predict because One Piece is so unpredictable. Because I remember back in the war arc, if you asked me there and then, do you think Luffy's gonna save Ace? I'd have been like, yeah, duh, of course Luffy's gonna save Ace, but that turned out not to be the case. So what if there is a way for this wedding to still go ahead, but Sanji can still come back to the crew? There's just so much going on right now. Starting to ramble on, so I'm gonna lock this off. I'm gonna give this a 3 star and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.